Hello everyone. This week's rental is the Chevrolet Equinox compact SUV. It's rather big for a compact. I think it could be a mid-size SUV. Very unassuming styling, very kind of conservative. On the conservative end, in my opinion, but it looks nice regardless. Underneath the hood, hang on, underneath the hood is an inline 4 turbocharged engine. I think this comes from the 1.5 liter inline 4 that's in the Chevrolet Malibu sedan, and also the lower trim Chevrolet Camaros. It's probably just tuned a little bit differently. Go inside. Decent trunk space. Could fit about 3 carry-ons. Seats do fold down, so there's more cargo space. Let's hop in the back. Very roomy interior. One of the more roomier interiors that I like. 6-foot driver, 6-foot driving position up front, and I have a little bit more than a fistful of knee space. So quite comfortable. Very spacious. Very high ceiling, well, not high, very high, but high ceilings, roof, so you don't feel claustrophobic. I think I kind of like the angle of the back seat. It's kind of angled, tilted back a little bit. It gives you, because of that, it gives you more room. Very dull inside, but is expected from a Chevrolet vehicle. Have a little door handle with storage space right here. Can fit probably a few cups in there. Speakers. Move it on over. So the middle has vents for the back row and 2 USB-A charging ports. Has back lights for the dome, a set of dome lights back here. Very nice, very comfortable. This little portion actually comes down for cup holders. I think it's a little bit too small. Well, it could act as an armrest as well. Matter of fact, let me move into the middle. Oh yeah, very nice and spacious in the middle too. Very comfortable. Could easily fit 3 adults back here. Maybe a little bit, the shorter one will have to go in the middle. Let's hop in the front and see what's going on up there. Okay, so as we hop in the front, greeted with the infotainment, or the digital and analog gauges for the dash information system. You have plastic steering wheel. It's not narrow. I like the feel of it. I really don't like narrow steering wheels. This is, the diameter of it is pretty wider, so it's good. Moving on down, you have your, on the steering column, you have your light controls, and on the left and on the right are your windshield wipers. Steering wheel, you have your cruise control settings. It does have lane departure and collision detection as safety features, as well as blind spots. There's no indicators on the lights, but it does sound off if you attempt to change lanes and there's a car in your blind spot. Moving on over, you have your air vents, you have your light controls, dimmers and settings. Over on the side, same configuration as the back, small little cup holder storage area near the door handle, and same size storage area on the side. And then moving on over to the middle section, you have sunglass holder and dome lights. I really like how I like have push buttons instead of like one-off buttons on the side. Have a kind of small infotainment screen. Looks like to be like 5 or 6 inches. Yeah, in size, around 6-7 inches inside. It's kind of angled weird, back weirdly, so when the sun hits it, it's hard to see the infotainment system, but overall it's pretty good usage. Air vents right here. I'm not a big fan of these, but they are practical enough and useful. Coming on down to the middle portion is your AC vents, analog and button controls. Down and below that are USB-C and USB-A. Does support Android Auto, and it does support wireless Android Auto, which I like. That's a thumbs up for me. I like that. And then moving on down to the middle console, you have your gear shifters and 2 cup holders and electronic e-brake. Nothing too fancy there. Down here in the center console is a very deep and usable storage area. It has this thing for storing some knickknacks, things like that. Okay, so, and then over here in the glove compartment, decent size as well, not too shabby. Everything's hard plastic. The interior is pretty standard, not really high quality, but is practical, I would say. Up front is you have decent viewing angles. Seats are very nice and comfortable. Everything is electronic on the driver's side. Not sure about the passenger. Nope, the passenger is manual, but at least the driver's side has everything electronic to adjust the seats. You have a little bit of a blind spot back there, but overall you have very decent viewing angles. Stance is pretty high up. Of course, because it's an SUV, this is kind of like almost like a like the Chevy Malibu in the SUV variant. So, having said that, let's see if how it performs on the road and see if it is performs like a Chevrolet Malibu or sedan, because the interior is very similar, very nice and spacious. Okay, so see you in a bit. All right, so how does this Chevrolet Equinox compact SUV performs on the road? Surprisingly, very good. It doesn't look like it would be a good performer, but it is. Acceleration is really peppy. It's probably due to the inline 4 turbocharged engine. Steering is responsive. Brakes are very grippy, and suspension is soft and makes it even more comfortable with the cushy seats. So overall driving experience is quite good. With all of those combined, having the nice spacious interior, comfortable seats, very roomy. So I have really no issues with the driving performance. It actually kind of performs like a sedan, like a Chevrolet Malibu, kind of, but just sitting higher up. I think the only thing that I would say about performance would be due to the inline 4 turbocharge. The acceleration is good at the low end, from a stop to a go, but on highways, if you have to pass up cars or accelerate while driving at a higher speed, that inline 4 does tend to kind of struggle, and you'll hear it revving a lot. But from my experience, I haven't found any instances during my time with the car that it would underperform. Just have to step on the gas a little bit harder, and it'll get you to do what you need to do. The only other thing would be the gas mileage is a little bit, could be better, and that's kind of expected. I think I would sacrifice the gas mileage for the better performance, even though it is a small engine, a small turbocharged engine, a 1.5 liter engine. That does kind of have it struggling at the very top end, and makes it work more to push the heavier chassis of an SUV. So that is it to be expected. It does come with some standard state safety features, lane departure, collision avoidance, blind spot detection. Only wish that the collision detection would also be like adaptive cruise control. So if a car is in front of you while you're in cruise control, the car will slow down, but not a really big deal breaker. Overall, I was quite surprised at the Chevrolet Equinox, and after driving it around with a mix of city and highway, I really like the driving experience. It's like a sedan, drives like a sedan, but has a space and of a SUV. And even though it's classified under compact, I think it's larger than its class. So overall, like practicality, I would actually choose this over like a Chevrolet Malibu, and I would choose this over some of its other SUV, compact SUV competitors, only because of the better performance and the roomy interior and is that good. It's unassuming. It's kind of almost like a sleeper, but I would rate this as an A. Yes, I'm rating a Chevrolet Equinox an A. I like it that much. Thanks for watching, everyone. See you next time.